Hello there, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks at Ungainly Titan. Initially, this episode was going to be Learn from My Mistakes Part 2, but thinking about what I did in last week's video, I've decided that the conversation in last week's video wasn't quite complete, even though I'd been rambling on for about 11 minutes. So, a brief recap. Last week I was explaining how I wasn't learning to play the game well because I was spreading my attention over too many different tanks, too many different nations, too many tank types. So I wasn't learning the nuances of any particular tank or any particular role of a tank, which is something I will get into later as well in another episode. Also, I was playing tanks without any understanding of the skill system. I wasn't playing tanks with tank mastery, so my potential experience and potential silver that I could earn wasn't maximized. So you earn silver essentially by playing battles. You acquire silver the same way as you acquire experience. You play battles. Damage is the major component of experience, and as far as I know, it's the major component of acquiring silver. Damage you deal, damage assisted by tracking enemy tanks, damage assisted by spotting tanks. Kills, detections, medals, all of these contribute to XP and they contribute to the silver, but they don't contribute as much as dealing damage. Damage is the single biggest factor on your earnings. At low tiers, your costs start out low, so you nearly always make a profit at tier 1. And at the lower tiers, you'll always make a profit as long as you're using regular ammunition, you're not going overboard on consumables. However, you start exclusively using premium ammunition, and particularly if you're not terribly successful at using premium ammunition, you don't survive, say, for a long period of the game, then you're going to run at a loss. And some tanks you'll just run at a loss no matter how much damage you do if you're running premium ammunition and premium consumables. As you go up in tiers, the cost of repairing your tanks increases, and it increases by an increasing amount per tier. So for a given skill level, there'll be some tier where you're going to start breaking even or losing money. Now, my own experience is that those tiers are actually high enough. I'm pretty sure most people could probably play up to tier 5, maybe tier 6, without losing money in a major way. This is without a premium account. Some people probably go as far as tier 8 before they start breaking even or losing money. And don't know about the top tiers, whether you can run those on a non-premium account and make money. I suspect some people that are really good players might be able to run tier 9s or most tier 9s and make money. But I wouldn't be able to do it. But I was pretty close at tier 9, but tier 10 wasn't. And I wasn't terribly good at tier 9 and 10 either. I don't have a lot of practice at those tiers. So the better you are at a given tank, and the better you are at a particular level of tank, the more silver you earn in those tanks, and the higher the tiers you can go as you improve in your gameplay. It's also very common for people to play at their maximum tier, accept the fact they're going to lose money at that tier, and then come back to a tank that they particularly enjoy playing at a lower tier, and use that as a silver earner to farm silver to allow them continuing to play their maximum tier tanks. This is the strategy that I would recommend. Farm silver by playing lower tier tanks that you enjoy playing and that you are good at playing and you get a lot of damage in, and use those tanks as your principal silver earners. Premium time enhances your silver earning and your experience earning enormously, because you get about a third more silver and experience per battle by having premium time, and this generates huge profit because your costs are the same. So the costs of the battle, say if you're breaking even at tier 8, then if you buy premium time, you'll run a profit at tier 8. You might even break even at tier 9 depending on how good you are. Or if you're making you're losing money at tier 8, well, and you get premium, you might make a profit. Premium time will also allow you to buy more premium ammunition with silver. You can buy premium ammunition with silver, but you can buy more of it if you have premium time. And judicious use of premium ammunition can increase your damage output and your experience and earnings without actually causing you to run the account or the tank at a loss. Finally, you can buy silver. You can buy it directly from converting gold to silver, or you can buy currency packages, combinations of gold and silver. That would cost you a lot of money. And it's not something you really should need to do. It's only for somebody who wants to do something like fire exclusively premium ammunition or stuff like that. You will, and if you do that, you will finish up spending huge amounts of money on this game. So what about premium tanks? Well, premium tanks can enhance your silver earning. However, the lower tier premium tanks are not good silver earners. They're generally better for crew experience. So tier 3 and tier 5 premium tanks, it depends on the tank. You really want to do your research on the tank before you sort of commit to low tier tanks if it's for silver earning you want it. Because a lot of the lower tier tanks, for instance the Churchill 3, the Russian tier 5 British Lend-Lease tank, is a very good crew trainer. It has a 1.8 multiplier, I think, in crew experience, and it will train a crew really, really rapidly. However, if you want to maximize crew training output in that tank, you will use a lot of premium ammunition, and you won't run the tank at a profit. It'll cost you a fortune to run it. In fact, I blew through 160,000 gold or silver in one match just running that tank on exclusively on premium ammo. The best silver earning tanks are at tier 8, but you want to be careful about them. Not every tank at tier 8 is an easy tank to play. Some of them require judicious use of premium ammunition. So again, you want to do your research, and you want to see how you play at tier 8, because one of the things in this game is that there is a big difference in the gameplay and in the, shall we say, the level of skill required at different tiers in this game. So you basically have tier 1, tier 2, which are kind of their own thing and tend to have a lot of new players. There's a mixture of new players. There's a lot of random stuff goes on. People just rush around. And you also have kind of the professional seal clubbers who are playing slightly overpowered tanks down at these levels. But you'll make money down at these levels and you can have a lot of fun. Tiers 3 to 5 are a different kind of game again. And tiers 5 to 8 I think are different. And 8 to 10 are different. In some ways, a lot of people reckon the best of gaming is really up to about tier 8. Tier 8 to 10 is much more punishing. And it's very hard to make money at those tiers unless you're actually a very good player, or you're running a premium account. And usually you want to be both a good player and running a premium account. The gameplay at 9 and 10 is very punishing. You make a mistake at those levels, and there are tanks out there that will one-shot kill you. There are tank destroyers that do 8 up to 2,000 points of damage for the Death Star. So mistakes at that level will kill you, and if you're dead and only fire 2 shots, you're not going to make any money in that game. You need to be doing about 10 penetrating shots per battle with your average tank, which will give you fire for effect. And that will generally make you silver in that, as long as you haven't used much in the line of premium consumables. That includes ammunition. Tier 8 premiums are probably the best tanks for silver earning, although where there are available tier 7 and tier 6 tanks, tier 6 premiums are very good silver earners, at least the ones that I've experienced, like the Boilermaker and the Hammer. From my experience, the heavy tanks tend to be pretty good silver earners. So I have the KV-5, the IS-6, the US T-34, are all pretty reliable silver earners. Now they're all peculiar. They have their own peculiarities. They're not necessarily straightforward tanks to play. Although the IS-6 is a kind of a fairly easy tank to play for a heavy tank. Although then again the penetration is a little on the weak side, so you have to be aware of that. It is, however, a reliable earner of silver. The medium tanks, on the other hand, most of them now I've got by competitions and various things like that. But like the AMX CDC is a pretty good earner of silver, actually. But again, a very situational tank to play. But the Motherland, the T95E2 are more problematic. So probably be careful of the mediums. But other than that, like, and a lot depends too on your ability to make money at tier 8. I think if you're breaking even at tier 8 on regular tanks, you are slightly losing money. You will probably make money with a tier 8 premium tank. This is assuming you're not running a premium account. If you're running a premium account and you have tier 8 medium tanks, I think you should make money pretty significantly. But then if you're running a premium account, I'd expect that you'd be making money at tier 8 anyway. So that pretty much wraps up what I'm going to say about the money and the economy side of World of Tanks. There is more that can be said, but then you're getting into the nitty-gritty of particular things, and I don't really want to get into that right now. So I hope you found this video interesting, and at least enjoyed watching the gameplay in the background. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know how you feel about these series in the comments. So I'll catch you again soon. Goodbye.